In today's video, we're going to take a little bit more detailed look at something we took a quick look at SHOT Show this year, and it's going to be the extremely light, very little Anechoic Pipsqueak 22 caliber silencer. That's what's coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name is Brian. Thanks for joining me for today's video, where, like I said, we're going to take a look at a longer look at something we looked at briefly at SHOT Show, the Anechoic Pipsqueak 22 silencer. But first, as usual, today's words of wisdom from the Bible. And today's wisdom is from the book of Proverbs, chapter 15, verse 1 in the NLT version. A gentle answer deflects anger, but harsh words make tempers flare. Pretty good words to think about there. And, of course, a big thank you to my friends at Excess Sights for being a channel sponsor. I was a paying customer long before they became a channel sponsor, because they are literally the only sights I trust my life to on any pistol I carry to defend myself and my family. Excess Sights are the fastest sights in any light. They're made in the USA, and they're made by people who shoot and know what it takes to hit the target. So, thanks again to Excess Sights for sponsoring today's video, and if you use the coupon code SOP15, you'll be glad you did. Now, let's get to talking about this here silencer, and I am going to continue to call it a silencer, not a suppressor, for the most part, because that's what Hiram Maxim, the first inventor of the silencer, called them. That's what the ATF calls them on your Form 1s or whatever form you fill out, and that's what they are, even though they say it's a suppressor on here. So anyway, that being said, I'm going to bring you down to your tabletop, give you some close-ups of this thing, show you some things I think are really cool about it, and then we'll take you to the range and show you some actual footage as best I could capture the noise on my iPhone. You want to? Alright, since I rarely do unboxings, I thought I would show you this one because it comes packaged pretty neatly. So this is the Anechoic, that's how you pronounce that, Anechoic Premium Titanium Suppressors, and this one is the Pipsqueak 22. Pretty cool name, man. This is how it's packaged when you come. You get some pretty cool little stickers here. Everybody likes stickers, right? And you get a little downloaded product manual with a QR. I guess a QR code in it, yeah. And then I think this is a great feature. You actually get a card with the account manager's cell phone on it. If you have any questions, you can call them. That's pretty rare, in my opinion. So anyway, my experience. So this is the suppressor here, and then it comes with a takedown tool, and another reason to have the old combat flathead from Dynamis. All right, there we go. Okay, so let's talk about this one just a little bit. This is the Pipsqueak. It's the little brother of the Anecho, or Anecho, I'm not sure. I think you said Anecho X22. All of the Anechoic silencers feature their X-baffle anechoic chamber system with an interrupted central tube. So these things are computer designed using AI technology, and all sorts of acoustic technology to try to get this thing as quiet as possible in a very lightweight, small package. So this thing is available in 4 finishes: black, flat dark earth, as you see here, olive drab, and raw aluminum. Again, as I said, 1.5 ounces. I mean, this thing is almost floating away out of my hand. 3.5 inches by 1.1 inch in diameter again. The price on this thing comes in really good, like under $350, which is pretty good for a suppressor, I think. It's made of 7075 T6 aluminum and grade 5 titanium construction, and the thread insert is made of titanium to prevent galling. Speaking of threads, it is a 1/2 by 28 thread pitch, so that's pretty standard for most pistols, certainly for the Ruger. And as I said, it's user serviceable for cleaning. And the way that works is you just take your included wrench and you put it right in here, and you can just loosen that thing up, take the end cap off. My hands are about to get dirty here, I'm sure, because it's got a few rounds to it. And these baffles just come right out of there. A little word about cleaning. I'm not a big fan of cleaning suppressors or silencers in general. I don't think mostly they don't need it until lots and lots of rounds. But a rimfire can, it's going to get dirtier. Rimfire ammunition, it's just dirty ammunition in general. So you're probably going to want to clean this more than you might a centerfire can. This thing is full auto rated to 100 rounds of 22 long rifle. Rapid fire rated to 25 rounds of 22 mag. You need to reduce the round count of those if you're using shorter barrels. And is not rated, let me repeat, not rated for 223 or 5.56. If there's too much pressure, it's going to get too hot too quick. And they caution us not to exceed 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I mean, you can tear anything up. If you start doing mag dumps with magnums, you're probably going to burn this thing up. So, and you'll notice, I think it's cool. It's no bigger around really than the shroud on this barrel shroud on this Ruger. So you don't even need suppressor height sights for this thing. Next, as I said, we'll go to the range and see how well this thing does and try to compare the noise with and without the silencer on the pistol. And just a little setup. The pistol that I was using for this one is the Ruger Mark IV 2245 Light, and the ammo I was using was a CCR 22 long rifle subsonic, 45 grain, 970 feet per second. And the recording device I was using was my Apple iPhone with the mic, the built-in mic, because I forgot to bring my extra mic because I guess I was just so excited in such a hurry to finally get this thing out of jail. So, and by the way, it didn't really take it long in jail. I just had some issues with the paperwork, but once it got submitted, it was literally like 1 day when this thing came back. So that's they're getting pretty quick now. Anyway, having said that, let's take you to the range now. First, we'll look at some shots with no silencer. And now we'll look at some shots with the silencer. Could you tell the difference? Let's put them a little closer together. So this is without and with. And then with and without. I could tell the difference even with the Apple microphone doing whatever processing it does inside. I don't know what that thing does. It never sounds the same when I look at the video as it does with my ears or whatever. But anyway, I think it actually works pretty well to be as small as it is. Also, I want to point out that now I wasn't dumping mags. I'm shooting 10 rounds at a time, taking time to load it. I didn't have a bunch of mags loaded. So it never got too hot for me to hold on to. I'm not saying it won't get hot. Hear me on this. I'm not saying it won't get hot. I'm sure it'll get hot. Chuck Norris can hear sign language. Let's talk briefly about pros and cons, and we'll wrap this thing up. So first of all, if there are any cons at all, the only potential con I can say is that because of its size, it's not going to be as quiet as a longer one, as a larger one. That's nothing against this. It's just physics, right? The more space you have, the more gas you can trap, and the more noise you can suppress. But for its size, I think it does a really, really good job of cranking down the decibels, and that's what you're looking for, right? I also like that it is crazy lightweight, 1.5 ounces. I mean, that is, my pocket knife's way more than that. I don't even feel it on the end of this gun. It's very compact, user serviceable. I think that is really cool. And it is made by some people who love freedom out in Utah, and just a really, really nice company, a bunch of good folks out there at Anechoic. They're kind of changing the game on suppressors because they went about this and approached this from a very, very, very high-tech, computerized mindset, and they did some serious cool designing, and it's just a very, very nice looking can as well. So, and the price is right too. So that's it. Thanks again to the folks at Anechoic for sending me this so I could test it out and show it for you. And if you're looking for a really cool, super lightweight suppressor, you might want to check them out. I really appreciate you watching Survival on Purpose. I hope this video has been helpful, somewhat informative, maybe even mildly entertaining. Remember, survival's not an accident. Be prepared. See you next time.